Hey everyone, my name is Cam and welcome to Cam Talk Stocks. On this channel, we're going to be talking daily about the hot plays in the stock market. In this video, we're going to be talking about Gamestop, Blackberry, Bed Bath & Beyond, AMC Theatres, and Palantir. All five of these stocks are hot plays on the Reddit forum WallStreetBets, and the world is taking notice of the power of the retail investor. Let's start by looking at Gamestop. So here's a daily chart of GameStop going back to August. As you can see, pretty smooth stair-stepper climb up all the way up until about January time period. I believe Ryan Cohen, one of the founders of Chewy, got a board position here on December 22nd, and that was the day that it pushed the stock over 20 bucks. Get a little pullback back into moving average, volume contracting period, and then on the 13th of January you see it skyrocket, take off, basically double in a day, up to 40s, moves around a bit in the 40s, and then yesterday and Friday the short squeeze kicked in, got it up into the 70s, and then today reached all the way up to a high of a 159.18 and a low of 61.13, so a $98 spread in range for stock on the day, which is pretty crazy. The big reason for the squeeze has to do with Citron Research. They're a notorious short seller that said the stock's going down to 20 bucks. A lot of people on the forum went against it, and it's quite frankly scaring some people. So if we look here at the Yahoo Finance article, analysts on GameStop volatility: if you want to gamble, go to a casino. This is not investing. Stay right away. Here, a remark from Luke Capital analyst Anthony Shakumba warns of retail investors playing GameStop. My comment on that would be everybody has different risk tolerance. Obviously, human nature is that people want the fast reward, and with the new access to information and the ability to trade from your phone from, say, Robinhood and these other apps, more people are getting in, and they're seeing things online, maybe not doing due diligence, and riding the hype wave, right? Like your normal greed, fear, capitulum balance that sends people over the edge. Here he says, I've been on Wall Street 20 years and I can't think of anything I've seen nearly as insane as what's going on with GameStop right now. I'd say that's probably some sensationalism. I remember back in December 2017 when the first Bitcoin craze, you had things going up tenfold pre-market. Like one company, they made iced tea and they changed their name to Long Island Blockchain, and their stock went up tenfold in a single day. So crazy things happen all the time. So this isn't really new, but I think it is something that is really scaring institutions, because it is showing that the average person now has huge sway on what can happen in the markets. I saw some Twitter posts of people talking about that it's wrong for Robinhood investors to be able to manipulate stocks. They have to leave that purely to Wall Street, and Wall Street does the same thing. But to them, it's just, they're called price targets. In this article, I touches on a little bit farther down with price targets. Here, Joseph Feldman, he double downgraded the stock to underperform, but the price target of $33, and other price targets for the stock range from about $3 to $4. So there's a lot of difference here, but I think part of this could be something similar to like what happened with Tesla, where everybody laughed at Cathie Wood for her initial price target of 4,000 for Tesla, and then as Tesla just started to keep moving up, chugging up, people's prices kept changing, and now you look at Cathie Wood and ARK Invest and how much money's gone to their funds. So I think it's a changing of the time, and that really investor evaluations could just be purely seen as speculation. All right, it's an opinion, it's speculation. So let's go back to The GameStop charts go down to a lower time frame, say maybe on the hour time frame. What happened with the squeeze? Basically for Friday was as soon as the stock got over about this $46, $47 mark here, the high previously 45.5. After that, everybody that was short, the stock had over 100% of its float short, and after that, it just was off to the races. The shorts were trying to cover each other. Slight pullback at the end of the day, people taking profits, but it kept going. Then this morning, huge gap up pre-market. Let's go down to a 5-minute chart just to see the run. Right, open, small period of taking profits, but as you notice here, the low in that first half an hour didn't break below pre-market lows. You could call this some support. There's not really a lot of volume there, but this low 86, 85 area held, and then after that, the squeeze was on again, going from 90 up to 159 in 35 minutes. So pretty crazy move there. I think for the next couple days, nobody really knows what's going to happen here with GameStop, right? So after hours, I believe it's up again. Yep, so even after hours right now, it's up 10% from where it closed out. But it could be a thing where tomorrow morning, come 2 o'clock in the morning or 4 o'clock in the morning, whatever time you can trade at. I'm on the West Coast, so it's 4 o'clock for me. The price could be much higher, could be much lower. So really, for me, I think this is a stay away. Even as like I trade on interactive brokers, I'd like TD for charts, but interactive brokers you couldn't even short GameStop today. So I think it's a wait and see for what happens. Personally, another stock favorited by WallStreetBets was Blackberry today. We'll go to its daily chart. So low of $4.40 back on October 30th. Stair stepper coming up again, holds the 50-day moving average, comes up, slight pullback into the 9, and then we're off to the races the last 2 weeks. Big play right here. You might call this like a 3-bar play here. All right. So this was the 20th, the last Wednesday. You get a gap up, red coming down. Thursday, call this a little bit of a hammer bar. Friday, you open into the lower half of the hammer bar. You know, as soon as it crosses $13, that could be a good buy for people. And then you're looking for it to clear this high on Tuesday, and obviously it did a lot more than that. Good range today here. Traded a ton of volume. There wasn't any issues getting in it out here. As you can see, faded most of the day into the afternoon. Pulled back higher towards the end of the day, and here too, obviously up, big run after hours. So it could look up to gap up tomorrow. Next one, let's go to Bed Bath & Beyond. Another heavily shorted stock. I think the last time I looked on Yahoo Finance, it was at like 60% of its float was short. So again, you started to have people covering. So its earnings kind of set like a base here off the 17 lows, and then stair stepping up, get a big pull, get a big shot up here towards the 28. You call this a bull flag coming down, bull wedge, whatever you want to call it. Pull back close to the 9, get a doji, and then similar play here, right? So you get a positive movement on increased volume, right? So maybe a play over 26 and you're holding from there, and you're off to the races here, right? So this is huge. Again, huge range, 47, 73 down to 30, 31, right? So $17 range. And if you look at the chart today, I mean, had a huge drop. And these are great plays too, just as the rest of the day as it fades. You'll see there's no higher high after the initial high at 745. So this just completely faded the rest of the day. and as you can see, he's getting a little bump back up after hours. Next one is AMC. They're a pretty big favorite. With things opening back up, right, you should naturally see this price of the stock increase as people go back to movie theaters. I haven't really seen any numbers come out for, say, HBO with like Wonder Woman's release, how that made money or not, but I think a lot of people will be willing to go back to movie theaters simply for the experience, and I think a lot of people probably feel that way. It's why this has so much hype, even as a company who's basically bankrupt, had to do some creative things to raise $100 million just for them to stay open, to outlive their cash burn rate. But on hype too, right? So we're taking it off again. So big gap up, but a red bar on the day with, dollar range, which is pretty big here on the daily. Might maybe find some support here, the 430 level off the 200-day moving average. But weekly, as you see, this goes all the way back 5 years, really beaten down and kind of rejected the weekly 50-day moving average. So see how it opens up tomorrow, whether or not it pushes higher or pulls back. It's just one of those things we'll wait and see. And then last, let's go to Palantir. So it IPO'd into October, and it's kind of just been on a steady tear here, right? So 9.6 low, almost up to $40 now. So 4 times your money in a little over 2 months, almost 3 months. So some solid returns there. You could call this another bull flag or a wedge, right? So if you draw a line there, right, breaking out of that pennant higher. This big move on Friday, that down doji. Maybe go to 5-minute chart, see it, right? As soon as it broke this consolidation in the morning, it's just been on a skyrocket tear. And then today, off like a jet right at the market open, pull back, midday pullback when everything, the SPY fell. I might do another video on that just for more practice. And there's a lot of good movers today. The big blue chip names, especially Apple's going to new all-time highs. But Palantir recovered pretty well in the second half of the day, and I wouldn't be surprised if it continues to move higher, just on momentum. So that's all I have for this video. It's the first video I've done, so if you could give me any feedback that you have, it'd be greatly appreciated. If you got anything out of it, please let me know in the comments. Have a good one, and we'll see you on the next one.